All right, let's get into this one, because honestly, this stings a little bit if you're a Knicks fan. Kevon Looney is heading to Los Angeles. Not New York. Los Angeles. And yeah, I know, on paper the minimum contract, 1 year, under $4 million. We're not talking about some franchise-altering move. But stick with me for a second, because the reason behind this decision says a lot about where the Knicks stand right now in the eyes of veteran players around the league. And honestly, it's a conversation we need to have. Before I get into it, if you're new here, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment telling me if you think the Knicks front office is asleep at the wheel this offseason. And subscribe because we're breaking down every single Knicks storyline this summer. No fluff, just the truth. So here's the situation. Looney had interest from the Knicks. That part is confirmed. But when it came down to making a decision, he picked the Lakers instead. And the reasons are honestly kind of frustrating when you break them down as a Knicks fan. First off, he saw a clearer path to playing time behind Walker Kessler. Now sit with that for a second. The Lakers are telling a 30-year-old journeyman big man, "Come be our backup center. We got a defined role for you." And he believed them enough to sign up immediately. Meanwhile, over in New York, what exactly is the pitch? What's the clarity? Because that's the thing that keeps happening this offseason. Other franchises are handing out clean, simple roles. And the Knicks front office seems to be fumbling around trying to figure out what this roster even wants to be. Second reason, and this one actually makes basketball sense if you think about it. Looney looked at what he did next to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson for all those championship years in Golden State. All that screen setting, all that spacing, all those simple winning basketball reads. And he saw the exact same blueprint working for Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves in Los Angeles. He's essentially betting that his skill set unlocks guards the same way it unlocked two of the greatest shooters of all time. That's not nothing. That's a guy who watched film and picked a situation where he genuinely believes he fits. And look, I get, I'm not saying Looney is walking into L.A. to be some huge difference maker. But the point is, he had options. And he chose a team that made him feel wanted, that made him feel like part of a real basketball plan. Quick question for the comments. And I actually want your honest answer here, not just Knicks slander for the sake of it. Do you think this front office actually has a clear plan for frontcourt right now? Or are we just hoping things work out? Drop it below. I read every single comment. Third thing, and this one has nothing to do with basketball at all, it's personal. Looney is a UCLA guy. He spent his off seasons in LA. He's getting married this weekend, and his fiancée played college basketball at Cal State Northridge, which is also in the LA area. So this wasn't just a business decision. This was a life decision. The Lakers didn't have to fight very hard for this one. Honestly, because Los Angeles already had his heart before the front office even picked up the phone. And that's the part that stings a little differently, right? Because sometimes players don't leave you for basketball reasons. Sometimes it's family, it's roots, it's community. And there's nothing you can really do about that as an organization. You can't manufacture history with a city. Either a guy has ties there, or he doesn't. But here's where I get a little more critical. And this is where I want to hear from you Knicks fans specifically. This front office has had chance after chance this offseason to make it abundantly clear to free agents and trade targets what the vision is for this roster. Clear roles, clear culture, clear direction. And instead, we keep hearing about depth pieces slipping through our fingers to teams that are simply better at selling their story right now. The Lakers are rebuilding around Doncic, and they are being aggressive and intentional about surrounding him with the right complementary pieces. Meanwhile, the Knicks feel like they're reacting instead of planning. If you agree with that, hit the like button right now. Seriously, it actually helps this channel more than you'd think, and it tells me you want more of these honest breakdowns instead of the sugar-coated stuff. Now, let's talk about what Looney actually brings, because it's not flashy, but it's real. 3 championships with Golden State. Low usage, high IQ veteran who does not need the ball to impact winning. Screens, rebounding, defensive discipline, championship experience in high-pressure moments. Last season with New Orleans, his numbers were modest, under 3 points, around 5.5 rebounds a game. But stats were never the point with this guy. He's glue. He's a locker room presence. He's the kind of player winning teams fight over even when the box score says otherwise. And that's exactly the type of player Knicks fans have been begging for behind our bigs for years. Someone steady. Someone who doesn't need plays called for him. Someone who just does winning things every single possession. And once again, that player looked at his options and chose someone else. I'm not saying Looney was going to be a savior in New York. He wasn't, but the pattern matters. The pattern of veteran, winning caliber players consistently choosing other situations over the Knicks. That's the real story here, and it's one this fan base needs to keep paying attention to all summer long. Before I wrap this up, I want to know something from you directly. Comment below with one word, just one word, describing how you feel about this front office's approach to depth signings so far this offseason. I'm going to read through as many as I can, and I might respond to a few of you directly in the next video. And if you made it this far, you clearly care about this team as much as I do. So do me a favor, hit subscribe if you haven't already, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown, and drop a comment on what signing or move you want to cover next. This channel only grows because of you guys actually engaging. So every like, every comment, every share genuinely makes a difference. That's it for this one. Stay locked in, because this offseason is far from over and there's a lot more coming.